Jasmine is a young African-American single mom with a 2-year-old son named Mari. She is currently living in an extended stay hotel. She is very headstrong and determined, and she has convinced herself, as well as me, that she will have a better life for her and her son, Mari. Jasmine has had a hard time finding employment to take care of her and her son. She has fought tooth and nail to try to get a job as being a janitor at a local extended stay near her. Although they only want men because they view women are not qualified for the job, she got it. After talking with Jasmine about her experience in the extended stay and going through her options after talking about her housing, financial situation, and the well-being of herself and her child, we both agreed that Motel to Home would be a great fit for her and her son to give her a better place for them to live. Short-term goals we discussed was applying to the program, walking through the program process, and long-term to eventually own a home and adequate full-time job to take care of her and her son. Working along this 10-step program, I was sure that Jasmine would be up to the task and complete the whole program. Step 1 is the admission process. Here she fills out an application, is submitted and approved. Step 2, engage with client. We establish a connection. She fills out an Arizona self-efficiency matrix test and client goals. We also customize her curriculum. Step 3, we do monthly check-ins, review goals, budgets, credit score, saving, and housing readiness. Step 4, we prepare budget. We set her goals. We identify monthly income expenses, choose a budgeting method, and set budget. Step 5, building skills. We set realistic goals, saving account, and matching funds. Ways to find money to save. Step 6, we access housing barriers. This may be looking at eviction debt, income, student debt, and credit score. Step 7, we repair credit score. We show her how to read credit repair. We do counseling with the money management team who goes over her credit. We report errors and rebuild credit. We look at eviction debt, using credit wisely. Stage 8, we increase income. We do look at different places to get additional income, such as child support court order, basic work skills, any kind of side gigs, or working from home. And of course, we do workforce training and education. Step 9, we create a housing plan where we find and create an apartment for her. And then we also help tenants learn their rights and responsibility, and we help them with furniture. And step 10, this is the exit part of the relationship, where in this part of the relationship, we discuss future goals and plans, connect to resources. We also review process in housing and credit, savings as well. And with all these different programs, you have to do all the steps to complete the program, which is usually a year process. But we have a team in line that will follow her to the end. Jasmine did extremely well with the program. It was a perfect fit for her and her son. I follow my clients closely to ensure they reach goals we set. I measure her progress against preset goals we established for her and see and facilitate through to see that these goals are accomplished and met as well. As I monitor my client in the program, I always take into consideration different barriers that may come in the way to making this a success. I choose my interventions based on client's experience. Each one is different, and what works for one client may not work for another, although they are in the same situation. After going over the contract that Jasmine filled out and all her steps through the progress of the program, and initially evaluating her, I found that she did extremely well in the program. This Motel to Home program proved to be a perfect fit for her and her son Mari. The next step that is very vital was discussing her future plans for housing and financing that will help set the stage for her success later in life. We also help set up additional goals that she can carry on through to guarantee that her and her son Mari will have a stable living conditions. Jasmine has successfully completed the program, and we provide positive reinforcement by giving her a small celebration and to acknowledge her great accomplishment. We send her off with well wishes, but let her know that she is always welcome to follow up for any questions or concerns she may have in the future. Situations like Jasmine are very common in our Norcross area in Georgia. Here we have so much diversity and people going through homelessness and having nowhere to turn. But here at Motel to Home, this program offers a safe haven for a young family such as Jasmine and her son Mari. Jasmine is elated and so excited, both her and Mari, about finally having a home to call their own, a place to go, a safe haven that will help in the well-being of her and her child for time and years to come. She says, "Thank you, Motel to Home, for helping us out." With having a social worker such as Dan, who is retired, on board at Motel to Home, he was able to guide me through the process and help me accommodate Jasmine and Mari to make sure that their needs were fulfilled and that we were able to establish permanent housing for them and make sure that everything will be okay. One of my extreme weaknesses is that sometimes when dealing with clients, I let my feelings get in the way. I let sympathy take over displaying empathy when it comes to certain situations. That is why I know I have to have self-awareness and also know my culture competencies in dealing with clients. One of my strengths is that I have a passion for helping people. I follow the NSW Code of Ethics and allow it to guide me as I help my clients through their certain situations. I am very determined and motivated to grow and learn and will go over and beyond to make sure that I find the necessary resources for my clients.